On today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to bleed the power steering on an EVO 10. Welcome back to the channel. I've got a quick one for you guys today, but before we get into it, I've noticed that 98% of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel. So if you could do me a huge favor and click that subscribe button, I really would appreciate that. On today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to bleed the power steering on an EVO 10. So a while back, I had to replace my custom power steering reservoir with the OEM one. I just was having too many issues with it leaking, so I had to go back to the old trusty. And sometimes you gotta do that when you're modifying your car. Only thing is when I did replace it, I didn't properly bleed the system. And so it ran fine at the track, but I will say this, it was making some noise. So we wanna try and eliminate that. That way I know power steering's working just fine. First thing we gotta do is get the car jacked up just in the front end, because you wanna be able to have the tires off the ground so you can move the steering rack back and forth. Now that we got the car jacked up and safely on jack stands, we need to go over here to the power steering reservoir, and you can see, take the lid off, that we got fluid in there. So I'm gonna put you guys on the GoPro, and I'm gonna keep this camera here above this so you can see kind of bubbles that'll come up on this. All right, so now that we're in here, what you're gonna wanna do is turn the steering wheel full lock to one direction or the other. Doesn't matter which one first, but we'll go right first, and then go back the other way, and then go back the other way, and you just keep kind of doing this for a little while, and that will get the bubbles to come up through the reservoir. So I did that for roughly about 10 minutes or so, and finally got all the little bubbles out of there. Now, what I would recommend using is the Mitsubishi Motors power steering fluid, and only using this. When you're burping it, it's going to maybe go down a little bit, and you want to make sure that it doesn't get completely empty in that reservoir, because then you'll have to start the process over again. But just check it here and there, and make sure you're topping it off with this stuff only. So now what I'd like to do is fire the car up and move the steering wheel back and forth, make sure it's not making any noise, and then go take it for a little spin. would say that was a success. Didn't hear any noises coming from the power steering, so I think we bled it just fine. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button and also subscribe. Till next time, guys.